searched him on his person. They said they've begun going through them, encrypting some of them, and giving them back to the defense. That will take some time. There are going to be some motions in this case. One of those was addressed today.
I'm gonna show out. It's just my life. You can't get mad. Get the my page. Come on, I'm gonna show out. I ain't no show out. I earn my shit the hard way. It happened, and I can't say if it is or it's not a mistake, but things happen.
No credible news sources like CNN have reported on any bank statements proving Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. What is actually happening is that in mid-April 2025, some posts and videos started spreading on social media claiming that CNN had obtained and released Mayweather's personal bank records. His team has asked for an investigation into these leaks because they believe the government may be involved.
Had asked for an investigation into leaks, saying that they believe the government, which he suggested that the government was trying to, he accused the government of making a takedown of a successful black.
The story first appeared on a popular Reddit thread where anonymous users shared low-quality screenshots that were said to show Mayweather's account balances at zero or negative amounts. These posts claimed that CNN anchors had talked about the leaked documents during a special Financial Watch segment, which only added more fuel to the online chatter. According to the shared screenshots, the leaked bank statements show several accounts under Mayweather's name with balances ranging from negative $25,000 to zero, along with large spending debits labeled as alimony payments, tax liens, and attorney fees. One page supposedly lists total liabilities over $120 million with no assets shown on the same page. People posting in the Reddit thread noted that the documents appeared to have black bars hiding key details like account numbers, leaving only blurry images of official bank letterheads. Those who believe the claim argued that the blacked-out sections actually made the documents seem more real, suggesting that CNN had received the papers legally under SHIELD laws and then chose to hide sensitive information before sharing them with the public. After the initial leak, many influencers and commentators jumped on the story. Big attention-grabbing thumbnails and dramatic headlines drove millions of views across different platforms. Even respected boxing podcast hosts gave entire episodes to breaking down the leaked documents, looking at every single line and guessing what legal trouble could follow. On top of this, Stephen A. Smith is once again speaking out about Floyd Mayweather. This time it comes after authorities raided the retired champion's properties as part of an ongoing investigation into accusations of financial misconduct and unpaid debts.
Chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
Federal agents reportedly raided Floyd Mayweather's homes in Miami and Las Vegas shortly after his company Mayweather Promotions came under investigation for suspected tax evasion and other financial wrongdoing. During the searches, the FBI is said to have found several forged documents in Mayweather's possession. On his show, Stephen A. Smith did not hold back and declared that Floyd Mayweather is just as guilty as some of the most well-known financial criminals out there. He made these comments after news broke that Mayweather's home had been raided. Investigations later uncovered a surprising twist. Many of the properties Mayweather showed off as his own were actually part of strategic brand partnerships. In those deals, he pretended to be the owner to make the properties look more attractive and bring in buyers while getting either cash payments or a small number of properties in return. But the FBI was not impressed. They saw the arrangement as a deceptive plan meant to trick the public. Stephen A. Smith said he was deeply disturbed by the findings, especially the FBI's discovery that linked Mayweather to multiple cryptocurrency scams. In these schemes, Mayweather allegedly promoted fake digital coins and then disappeared once his followers invested their money and ended up losing everything.
And you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
Stephen A. Smith pointed out that Floyd Mayweather seems to have built his career around brand ambassador deals, projecting an image of ownership over certain brands and companies only for it to come out later that he was just a paid promoter. In reality, Smith suggested Mayweather does not truly own anything. He even joked who is to say those private jets he shows off are not just part of the sponsorships too. The only thing anyone can say for sure about that man is his boxing record. Beyond that, his real assets remain a mystery. But footage from the raid on his home suggests Floyd Mayweather is far deeper into cryptocurrency scams than shady real estate deals. Stephen A. Smith even exposed several of Mayweather's hidden crypto dealings over the years. In my opinion, crypto is where most of Mayweather's real criminal behavior is buried, mainly because it stays under the radar. Together with his crypto partners, he swindled his own fans out of hundreds of millions. Hopefully, the authorities start looking into this side of the story with the seriousness it deserves. Moreover, Smith recently shared that Zach XBT, a well-known blockchain detective, has accused Floyd Mayweather of being linked to multiple token scams. According to the ESPN commentator, Mayweather's past is already full of legal battles and settlements over questionable crypto projects. At one point, Zach XBT publicly called out the former boxing champion on X, saying he was promoting yet another shady token. "Some people never stop scamming their fans," he remarked. The crypto community erupted in anger over the claims, with one user commenting that he could now say with certainty that the net worth of some celebrities is nothing but smoke and mirrors. One commentator pointed out how strange it is that someone as rich as Mayweather would still turn to fraudulent schemes. Another asked whether he would ever face real consequences for the scams tied to his name, expressing frustration that he seems to repeatedly avoid accountability. This is not the first time Zach XBT, a respected figure in the crypto world known for his deep investigations into rug pull scams and hacks, has called out the former WBC super featherweight champion. In fact, Zach XBT previously exposed at least a dozen crypto projects tied to Mayweather that eventually collapsed. Mayweather later launched a new token named Floyd, heavily promoting it across his social media channels. Yet after many investors had already bought in, he suddenly deleted his promotional posts. This move raised fresh concerns that he might once again be involved in shady dealings. It is worth noting that Mayweather had previously made tens of millions through a series of crypto-related projects, including Mayweather's Ethereum Max Board Bunny, Real Floyd NFT, and Moonshot. In 2022, Stephen A. Smith reported that the Securities and Exchange Commission charged Mayweather for not revealing payments he received for endorsing 3 ICOs, one of which included a $100,000 payout from Centratech. It was claimed that Mayweather used his Twitter account to push his followers to join Centra's ICO, warning them that it was launching very soon and telling them to buy tokens before they sold out. Smith also pointed out that years ago, Mayweather had been fined more than $160,000 for illegally endorsing cryptocurrency offerings. These revelations were uncovered during a search of his Las Vegas residence, according to the host of The Stephen A. Smith Show. Many investors have suffered major financial losses because of Mayweather's promotion of deceptive ventures. The Centra ICO, Ethereum Max Board Bunny, NFTs, Floyd's World, and Floyd token projects have all been flagged as rug pulls. In those cases, the creators pulled all the money out without warning and disappeared, leaving investors with tokens that became worthless. Floyd Mayweather's connection to these ventures has caused serious harm to many people. Furthermore, commentator Stephen A. Smith highlighted that Mayweather was among several celebrities caught up in these financial scandals.
Viciously, his head did a 180 before he fell on his face. To report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters.
The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has repeatedly connected Mayweather's name to these illegal activities in their public statements. According to the U.S. financial regulator, the men involved hid the money they were paid to promote certain Bitcoin investments. The individuals did not confirm or deny the accusations, but chose to settle by paying over $750,000 in penalties. These two cases mark the SEC's first action regarding violations tied to initial coin offerings, a fairly new investment method linked to cryptocurrencies. An ICO lets investors buy tokens or coins issued by a company, giving them a way to invest in its future. Even though the language has changed over time, the SEC has warned investors that it believes many of these offerings fall under current securities laws. Those laws require anyone to disclose payments received for publicity. The SEC revealed that Mayweather was paid thousands of dollars to promote 3 different offerings, one of which came from Centra, a Miami-based company later accused of fraud in April. Among his promotions was a tweet telling his followers to move fast before Centra's ICO sold out, with Mayweather claiming, "I got mine." The SEC pointed to a post on Mayweather's Instagram where he predicted a big payout from another ICO and a tweet where he jokingly called himself Floyd Crypto Mayweather. Back in 2017, even with his massive earnings from the McGregor fight, similar questions came up. Now, even with a reported net worth of $500 million by Sports Illustrated, the boxer is proudly showing off his $50 million Gulfstream G650. A recent report said Floyd Mayweather visited the beautiful island of Roatan in the Bay Islands, where he showed off his private jet. In a Facebook post, someone shared photos of the retired boxing champion, including one with his jet, while highlighting Mayweather's praise for the island's stunning nature, the warmth of the people, and the region's rich food. Interestingly, Mayweather owns a second private jet, though the cost of that one has not been shared. While in Roatan, he was given an award and a special gift from the Minister of Tourism Yadira Gomez, a book about the history of Roatan. Although Mayweather has faced accusations of money problems before, he always pushes back against those claims by living large. But do you think there might be any truth to the rumors of his bankruptcy? However, after days of silence, Floyd Mayweather finally spoke up, shutting down the talk of debt, financial crimes, and tax issues with a series of tweets before going on Instagram Live to show off his wealth, flash his wristwatches, and talk directly to his fans about the controversy. No report has confirmed that he actually owns any of those properties. Instead, it is more likely he was paid as a brand ambassador, pretending to be the owner to help attract buyers and renters while the developers get ready to sell them off. Still, the boxer, who is known for showing off his money, defended himself on social media Monday, insisting that his empire is rock solid and claiming the IRS just wants a cut of his wealth. He even went as far as making up a fake tax receipt and posting it online to trick the public. Mayweather's nickname Money fits him perfectly, not only because of how he ruled the boxing ring, but also because of his rare ability to generate huge wealth through fights and business deals. However, Floyd Mayweather has publicly claimed on social media that he paid an 8-figure sum in taxes just last year. He is seen as one of the richest athletes in history, with his brilliant performances in the ring earning him massive paydays and the fitting nickname Money. Although he is retired from professional boxing, Mayweather has stayed active through a number of exhibition matches while also managing several businesses and properties. In December, reports came out saying he had reached a deal to face Manny Pacquiao in an exhibition fight in 2024, likely in Japan, as the two prepare to bring back their famous rivalry later this year. Mayweather has not held back on social media, proudly showing off his earnings by posting a photo of his tax check with a typically cocky caption. "Just before I dropped that light million and change for that little Super Bowl stuff, I had to pay the IRS, also known as Uncle Sam, $18 million, he wrote on Instagram. He added, "This is what I owed in taxes while I am retired, so just imagine what I was paying when I was actively fighting." As far back as 2017, Mayweather, responding to accusations that he presented fake documents, told reporters he had already taken care of his taxes. "I am not worried about that," he said. "I just showed you all a $100 million check right there on stage that I did not even cash," referring to what he earned from the Pacquiao fight.
If certain people want to wear, true religions, certain people want to wear Jordans, I don't knock that. We all got to start from somewhere. I buy my kids Jordans all the time. You know what I'm saying? And at one particular time, I was wearing True Religion jeans, and I still don't knock True Religion jeans. You know why? Because that's a multi-billion-dollar company. You have to start from somewhere. So, I'm not here to knock nobody. We all live our life the way we want to live our life. Now, see, my life...
Mayweather's tax attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment. It is also unclear whether the IRS tried to take any part of Mayweather's purse from his fight against McGregor, since the agency does not comment on individual cases. Nevada boxing regulators likewise did not return a request for comment right away. According to Stephen A. Smith, Floyd Mayweather filed a petition with the D.C.-based U.S. tax court on April 13th, asking for his case to be heard in Las Vegas. The petition came after a failed attempt between the taxpayer and an IRS officer to agree on how to settle the tax debt, explained attorney Leighton Kohler from the Las Vegas office of Dickinson Wright. Kohler is not involved in Mayweather's case. The appeals process may be giving Mayweather time to collect his millions from the August fight money he will likely use to pay the IRS. Kohler, a former senior revenue agent for the IRS, noted that tax judges travel to Las Vegas only once or twice a year, which often forces taxpayers to wait 6 months to a year before their cases are heard. The 2015 lien is just one in a series of tax claims filed by the IRS against Floyd Mayweather over the past 10 years. The same cannot be said for many of his former opponents, including the famous Conor McGregor, who has stayed in good standing with Ireland's tax authorities since that year. In the United States, McGregor is also reported to have no debts in the states where he has fought. As for Mayweather, his career is often split into two very different eras: the Pretty Boy era and the Money Mayweather era. These two eras differ in almost every way. First, there is the boxing style that defined each period. The earlier era was marked by aggression, power, and knockout strength, while the later era focused on a high boxing IQ, great technical skill, and nearly unbreakable defense. Another clear difference is the money earned in each period. Pretty boy Floyd made decent earnings under Top Rank, but in the Money Mayweather era he brought in hundreds of millions. As Pretty Boy he stayed fairly clean with his taxes and lived as a law-abiding citizen. But as Money Mayweather he became a figure surrounded by financial controversy, faking tax documents and avoiding payments. Yet when it comes to pinpointing exactly when the money spree started and his career truly exploded, even Money Mayweather himself might struggle to tell the full story. Although five-division champion Floyd Mayweather made countless appearances in the boxing ring during his famous career, it was not his success as a boxer alone that launched the Money Mayweather era. On March 30, 2008, during a short retirement after his win over Ricky Hatton, Mayweather shocked the wrestling world by stepping into the WWE ring to face the 7-foot-tall Paul White, better known as The Big Show, delivering one of the most unforgettable moments in wrestling history. At WWE's No Way Out pay-per-view before WrestleMania 24, Floyd Mayweather confronted the world's largest athlete, Big Show. During the heated exchange, Mayweather broke Big Show's nose with a punch. The match was set, and Mayweather went on to win, keeping his undefeated image intact. According to a TalkSport report, Mayweather later said he earned $20 million for that fight. 17 years after that iconic event, Triple H, whose real name is Paul Michael Levesque, appeared on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz, where he shared a surprising truth about Floyd
had
Mayweather.
A tough life living.
The wrestler said he had trained Mayweather for the match, but the real highlight was his revelation about where Mayweather's money persona came from. Triple H said, "You know, he was a huge fan growing up, and that is where the whole Money Mayweather thing came from. He had a conversation with me saying, I knew Pretty Boy Floyd was only going to get me so far." Triple H continued, "You could argue I was the greatest boxer, but the real argument is what is the greatest box office and how do you create that? I need to build a character and I need a way to sell that character." The 55-year-old went on to explain that Mayweather, inspired by WWE, created his Money Mayweather persona. He developed the character and then marketed it through the 247 HBO series, using that platform to sell the character to the public. Interestingly, his earlier Pretty Boy Floyd persona was less about showmanship and more about actual ring performance, which is very different from the self-promoting nature of the Money Mayweather character that would later define him. On the other hand, Money Mayweather was a larger-than-life showman, fully embracing controversy and wealth to lock in his status as a cultural icon.
All right. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties. And it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the
That said, did you know Levesque was not the only one to talk about the legendary segment involving Mayweather at WrestleMania 24. According to a report from TalkSport, WWE legend Paul White recalled asking Floyd Mayweather to actually break his nose during their famous 2008 segment. White shared that he told Floyd, "Hey, when you do this run, I'm half nuts, so if I get my hands on you." The adrenaline turned real when Mayweather ended up busting White's nose at No Way Out. Rapper 50 Cent has often bragged about his close friendship with former boxer and current businessman Floyd Mayweather. However, like many relationships, theirs has also had its share of disagreements. Despite Mayweather's undefeated retirement in 2017, there have been more positive moments and acts of support between them, such as his support during Mayweather's 2012 prison sentence for domestic violence. But today, a dispute involving money keeps them apart. Yet the tension between them is not enough for 50 Cent to overlook the aggression and falsehoods aimed at hurting him, especially when some claim he is bankrupt following a series of bad real estate deals. Although the rumors have no real basis and the details of his finances remain unclear, it is also true that 50 Cent has yet to forgive a significant debt rumored to be the source of their ongoing conflict, amounting to $2 million. Recently, he spoke out in defense of Mayweather, addressing the lies and speculation surrounding the boxer's alleged money troubles in a video. The rapper, who often highlights his friendship with the boxing legend, emphasized that unlike others in Mayweather's circle, he has never depended on his wealth. This, he believes, gives him a moral standing that others lack. He explained we are drifting apart because I do not need him noting that Mayweather used to tolerate the dependence of others. But in an interview with Jimmy Fallon, Mayweather shared details about his real estate holdings, saying, I do not know the exact number, but I currently have over 100 buildings or more. I think 99% of them are in New York City. However, 50 Cent made fun of this claim, ironically suggesting it was a lie. One thing that stands out about Floyd Mayweather is that when so many voices say the same thing, it is often a sign of truth, suggesting that Mayweather might either be bankrupt or dangerously close to it. So that is all for today's video. Stay tuned and we will catch you in the next one. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lard and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.